Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Chloe and welcome to Bookish Chloe. So today, if you have read the title, we are going to be doing a non-spoiler review of Sarah J Maas's newest book, Crescent City, House of Earth and Blood. So I am going to also be doing a spoiler book talk about this book, but I wanted to bring out first just a non-spoiler review because I don't like when people just do the book talk. I like to know, before I read the book, I want to see a review and see what people thought of it. So there's going to be no spoilers at all in this. I'm going to be going through and talking about what I thought about this new book. So to start off, I want to just give a brief synopsis on what the book is about. Now in this synopsis, there is no spoiler. It gives the details of what I'm going to say in the blurb, so there's no spoiler in this at all, even though it may sound like it. So the book follows our main character, Bryce Quinlan. So Bryce is a half-fae human who lives in Crescent City. So Crescent City is full of magical beings, so this is a fantasy, so you have many different types of fantasy creatures in this book, ones that I've never even heard of before I started this. Obviously I had heard of fae. We know Sarah J Maas is a very big fan of fae, so it's not surprising that there is fae in this book and that Bryce is a half fae herself. But basically Bryce at the start of this book she lives with her best friend Danica. Danica is a wolf. So Danica and Bryce went to college together. They are very, very good friends, and now they are finished college, they both live together. Bryce works in an art gallery for a sorceress who is not the nicest person to work for, but that's where she works, and her and Danica live together. Now at the start of this book, a demon does murder Bryce's closest friends. So Bryce has a very close circle of friends and they are murdered early on in this book. So the book then takes us on a journey to find out how these people were murdered. We do start off with kind of a main person that we think murdered them. That's very initial because this person is causing a lot of friction within the book. So there is humans in this world that Crescent City is in. So I believe the world in this book is called Lunatheon. Now I could be completely wrong. I know they do mention the world in this book. I just had a quick look at the map here, which is a gorgeous, gorgeous map, but it just says Lunatheon here. So I believe that's what it's called, but look, I'm not 100% sure. It also does, the Four Houses of Midgard. So I think Midgard is the name of the world that we have here. So we get a brief look before we start at the Four Houses of Midgard. Obviously this book is called House of Earth and Blood, so I would be hoping that we have 3 more books maybe in this series. People may know that already, I'm not sure, I haven't actually looked into that, but maybe the information is out there already. So there is a character in this book who is human and has carried out a lot of terrorist actions against these magical creatures. So against the fae, against the angels, basically any magical being. And it is suspected that this person is the one who summoned the demon to kill Bryce's closest friends. We do find out though that it was not him, but we don't know who it was. So we go on this journey then to find out who it was who killed Bryce's closest friends. Bryce is given an angel, Hunt, who is going to help her and basically protect her on this journey, as there is other killings now going on in Crescent City from this same demon who killed Bryce's closest friends. So Bryce at the start of this book is definitely, not even at the start, like through this book, is definitely a party animal. So that's how she kind of is portrayed to as us. She likes to drink, she does drugs, so there is definitely a lot of adult themes in this book because this is an adult fantasy. So that is something to be aware of. There's a lot of cursing that goes on in this book, so it's definitely not for the young adult audience. Even though, to be honest, I know other of Sarah J Maas's books, they are more sexual than this one actually is, but this one does have more adult language in it. So we go along, it takes her down quite a dark path as we discover what is actually after happening to her closest friends. And she also does struggle with her attractions towards the angel who has been assigned to her. And we follow the story between the two of them also. Overall, I did give this book 4.5 out of 5 stars. There was a couple of parts to do with language that is used in the book. I did mention in my last wrap up that the word alpha hole is used in this book quite a bit. That's definitely not my favorite thing to to be done in a book, to use language like that. I just found it broke me out. It made me think, you know, it took me out of the story. So I was very invested in this fantasy novel and I was really enjoying it, and then this word would be used and I'd cringe. You know, and that's not what I wanted to be doing as I was reading this book. I didn't want to be cringing because I was really, really enjoying it. I found there were sexual scenes in this book, and I found sometimes they were a little bit misplaced. So after something very dramatic, very serious would happen in the story, and you know, if you're invested in this story, they're big scenes. You know, I cried during some of them, and then right after one of those big scenes there would be like a sexual scene, and it just felt really out of place for me. Again, took me out of the story, made me cringe a tiny bit. So look, that's the only kind of fault that I had with this book, and that is why I did give it 4.5 rather than 5 stars. But look, it's not something that is detrimental to the book because I still really, really did enjoy this book. When you first pick up this book, I will say the first chapter throws a lot of information at you. So when I first started reading it, I was like, my God, what is happening? As I was reading the first chapter, I'd say I got about 6 names, 10 different places, you know, all this world building, and it just meant nothing to me. So the first chapter, when I originally picked up this book, I believe I read the first 2 chapters and put it down for like a month. Because I was like, I have no idea what's going on in this book. This is so unappealing to me. I don't know what to think. So I put it down, but then I picked it back up. I read them again. They still made no sense to me, but I kept going, and they made sense to me in the end. So look, overall, I absolutely loved this book. I would highly, highly recommend it. It is different to Sarah J Maas's other books, but the themes that make you love her books and make you love her writing are here in this book, and why I love A Court of Thorns and Roses is present in this book. You know, just her, I feel like she can write relationships extremely well, and she can build the scene extremely well, and that's all here in this book. That just makes you, for lack of a better word, swoon, you know. So that's what I absolutely loved about this book. But yeah, I would highly, highly recommend it. As I said, for people who are watching this who have read the book, I am going to be uploading a spoiler full review. So just going through all my thoughts on this book. It's definitely going to be longer than this video because there's only so far you can go with a non-spoiler review. So that'll probably be uploaded this Wednesday, so please look out for that. And people who are going to read this book, hopefully on my recommendation, definitely come back once you've read it and watch the spoiler review because I'm ready to spill some tea. I'm ready to talk. I hope you really enjoyed this video, and I hope you do pick up Crescent City on my recommendation because I do really recommend it. I think you will enjoy it if you are into fantasy and Sarah J Maas. I really want to thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a like and subscribe. It would mean the world to me. My upload days are Monday, Wednesday and Friday, so please come back for more content then, and you can even turn on the little notification bell so just in case you forget. Anyway, thanks so much for watching this. Have a nice day. Bye!